Hi everyone, and thanks for tuning into this week's Shift Happens, where we're talking to Gio, who's the founder of a new movement, Nature Realism. I'm going to let that one land. Let's talk to Gio. Hi, Gio, and welcome to Shift Happens.
Well, welcome. Thank you for having.
So I've got one question for you, and that is, who is Gio?
Wow. So that's is the big question. It's actually the biggest question you could ask. Basically, my name is Giovanni. I'm Italian, obviously. As you can hear from my accent, I'm pure American. So I'm Italian, obviously. And who I am and what I'm doing, basically, a little bit of me, my history. Obviously, I was born in Italy, in the mountain, in the border between France and Italy. And I was born as an horseman because my father, my family, he was an important horseman. So I had the chance to grow up in connection with the nature 24 on 24, 365 on 365, as wild as Mowgli or Tarzan in the cartoon of Disney. So being in connection with the nature, and I never atrophic my pineal gland, I always felt nature at big, high level, starting from stone, tree, animal. And growing up with my beautiful ADHD, feeling diverted, which is a superpower because it brought me to understand and question a lot of things, I learned a lot. And I put down the idea together. I found all these answers, the big question that they were persuading my mind through my life. So in connection with the animal. And as I said, I come from a Italian family. My father, he was a baron. He had a title of baron. So he was a very important horseman in Italy. And he had this courage. And he used to trade with England in 1969, 1970. He used to come in England and buy important horses for show jumping and for carriages. Unlucky, but lucky for me, he had a cancer when I was 10 years old. So, and he died at I was 27. So all my youth in and out of the hospital with my father, which was very good for me because I learned to be sensitive, and he actually developed even more my sensitivity. And even another bonus beautiful thing is that I'm being abandoned by my mother. So these horrendous beautiful thing, they actually helped me to be the man that I'm today. A simple, easygoing man that I understood everything, or at least a lot about the life. And I'm an happy man because I got the answer that a lot of people, they don't have. So my aim in life is to help people, to help a better world whenever I can. I'm not a specific healer. I do Reiki. I did martial arts, and I know a lot of topic, a lot of discipline. I develop interest and knowledge in quantum physics, psychology, philosophy, a lot of things. But I never had that degree because I'm a little bit, the antichrist is antichrist. Me, I'm not antichrist. I'm anti-anthropocentrism. Anthropocentrism, anthropos in Greek, which is the base of the language of Italian, Latin, and Greece, as you know, it means human. Centrism, it means to be in the center. So the anthropocentrism is what guides all of us very badly, limiting our mind, our sight, our understanding, because we see as a human, like a dog sees as a dog, a cat sees as a cat, every single being. But we got a chance to break this barrier, to go out of the field of the anthropocentrism and open to what actually is out there, more important, is bigger than what our eyes they see, what our mind can reach. So that is what basically I'm doing in life.
So would you say that's what we're calling the matrix? What's it again? I can't pronounce that.
Anthropocentrism. Anthropos, human. Centrism, to be in the center. So anthropocentrism is what limit us. As I said, as you know, you surely know that example, the range of the spectrum of the light that with our eyes they see is not what is in reality. Because we go from red to purple, but there are infrared and ultraviolet. So we only say with quite strongly, if you talk with anybody, they say, oh, this is blah, 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 just because they are their eyes, they see that. But in reality, it's not. There's much more there in terms of sound, in terms of feeling. So our senses, compared to the senses of the animal, are very, very atrophic. What we got a big, amazing instrument that you know very well, which is the pineal gland. There are techniques in YouTube, plenty of masters that they teach how to open your pineal gland and make it work, which allow you, like a receptor, like an aerial of the radio, exactly like to connect what the big web offer to you.
For our viewers out there that don't know what a pineal gland is, would you explain that?
Of course.
Yeah.
The pineal gland is called the third eye from a lot of ancient, like Egyptian, Roman, a lot of antique people, they talk about these third eyes, almost mystically. But in reality, what it is actually a gland, as much as other glands that we go all around the body. That gland is located exactly in the middle of the front, two finger inside, and they got the shape of the pine. Is the reason why it's called pineal gland.
Yes.
And on the stick of the Pope, and also in a lot of money, there is the symbol of the pine, because the pine recalled the pineal gland. What happened in the pineal gland? Inside, there are some crystal, like quartz. And with a compression, like when you do a compression from your sacral bone back to the, you create a piezo, it's called piezoelectric reaction.
Not a pretzel.
Piezoelectric reaction, which obviously in that moment the pineal gland open like aerial, and you feeling much more in terms of sound, feeling. Example, me, I use it a lot growing up with horses to connect with horses. But when people think that I'm stupid, I hug the tree or I ground myself without shoes.
There's nothing wrong with hugging a tree.
Yeah, they're tree huggers.
the stone animal, even when you shake a hand of a person, if you can train, and it's easy to train, as I said today in YouTube, plenty of tutor that they explain. The problem is that a lot of people I would say, ignorantly think just because it's been taken mystically. Oh, the pineal gland mystical, so is a cult. No. The fact that some people make up like the makeup that people put in the face, make up the pineal gland as the mystical blah, blah, blah. Yes, under that point of view, they live that vision, let them live and enjoy that vision. But the reality is, if you speak with any doctor, is actually a gland. This gland is working around 3 years old, when our fountain, the splanchna crânio, is basically, our head is made of 18 bone on the front and 8 bone on the front called eurocrânio, and 14 on the back called splanchna crânio. The fountain, which is here with the Reiki, say that get the energy from here. The kids, the baby, by nature, even all the mammal in nature, they got the fountain open. So the bone, they weld around 3 years old. Why by nature this happen? Is because they leave open for allow the energy, the vital energy, the electromagnetism that guide the planet to go inside and develop. The pineal gland by nature is supposed to carry on working, but our society, our culture, our whatever you want, it brings us to close it, atrophic, and we become like no sheep. It's better to say sheep. Nobody is sheep, even if we know that our our society, what us like following like a train on the rail, which maybe is good, maybe it's bad. I don't know. I'm not here to judge that. What I say is that once that you got the pineal gland, you are a slave of nobody, because you see with much power eyes, you hear everything, your mind works much better, not because you are better than anybody else, but simply because you get your perception, what there is out there, which give you the
It's a muscle. And from my understanding, the more that you work with your third eye, you can actually, it will grow in size. And this has been proven. It's a muscle, and you have to use it to activate it, I believe.
So how do you feel about the suggestion that society is being deliberately programmed, and the food that we're eating is calcifying our pineal gland in order to control us, I suppose, or to dampen down that superpower that we all have, stop us from becoming who we intrinsically are. It's a very powerful part of us. I think. Do you buy into that?
Yes, I got the answer, my point of view, obviously, about it, which is quite close to what is believed to be, is that the society, it needed to evolve in somehow. It need to control. Obviously, all these conspiracy theories saying that everything is wrong, they do it for purpose, political purpose, which is true. This, in front of our eyes, this is happening daily. We know this. But in the meantime, we need to understand that every single age from the Roman, the Middle Age, they had a different evolution. Example, we call the Middle Age, but for them, which the Middle Age was the period from 740, the end of the Roman Empire, until 470 until 1470. So 1000 years, we called the Middle Age. But for them, it was the new era. They felt modern. We feel them now antique, and we are the modern. So every step on the evolution, like it or not, because we were even more and more interested to go forward. For some reason, in our mind, we developed the intention of improving, of changing, of doing even more and more. Obviously, the society took that direction. And being guided by human, but not from God, the superior element, but from human, those humans, they got the same power of the sheep. So they have to create constriction. And obviously, as you mentioned, the fluoro, like in the toothpaste, and a lot of fluoro, it actually calcifies it.
Yeah.
But you can open it. You can open it with training, with exercises, avoiding the fluoride. It's plenty of technique, as I said, to do that. And yes, as you asked me, the society, I think it does. I'm not judging, saying that society is bad, we should be all hippie and anti-conformist. The chance that we got is to open our pineal gland and living our life in the best way possible.
Absolutely.
And we got plenty of answers out there without watching the past, without watching what beside us, what's happened. We need to focus on ourselves and being, as I mentioned before, anthropocentric free. So imagine to be more than a human. So to see with your eyes, because you got the capability to see more than what your eyes can see,
Yeah. So how for people watching, how would they connect? How would they connect to their third eye pineal gland?
The pineal gland, first of all, as all the meditation, you have to get a level of meditation, of calm, of frequency. Now, in a minute, we talk about the vibration, the frequencies, alpha, beta, or theta. Theta is when you are completely in REM, you're sleeping, so your cell to reproduce. Alpha is like now, you are carrying what you're saying, you listen, your senses are in alert. Beta is like when you are on the sofa, almost catatonic. So your frequency, you need to drop your biorhythm and the breathing and kind of meditation. Let your brain go where you want. Don't try to control your brain. And this is what is the teaching of any single yoga or any single meditation. So to make the pineal gland work, first of all, you need to drop your frequencies, your vibration from alpha to possibly theta. Mm-hmm. When you are almost in trance, when you are catatonic, it's difficult because we got these evil devices called telephone close to us. They every time bing bing, or your friend, or your daughter, or your son, or the dog, or the neighbor. So the best thing to do to train the pineal gland, the advice that I can do is go barefoot in the wood. And if you are shy, there's some people watch you, go wherever people don't want you, like a cannock chase, or somewhere in the wood. Barefoot, sit there underneath a tree, connect to the tree, breathe deeply, and automatically you'd fly in another dimension if you like it or not. And in that moment, if you like it or not, the pineal gland, beep, 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 like a beacon. Here we are. And then when you feel this, focus, imagine to be small inside yourself in the pineal gland. And you feel like the shower, something open. And you got, look, it's simply talking like, you got the, how you call this?
I can see them.
The goosebumps, because you feel relaxed. And that is when the pineal gland working. And she allow you to connect to whatever you want. So in that moment, it's kind of meditation with your open eyes. Meditation is not only what yoga want, which actually talking about yoga is weird when a Christian, they do yoga. Because yoga, it was Buddhism, it was like a religious technique. Yep. So Christian, they shouldn't do yoga, but we do yoga for the sake of meditation or relaxing, which is under that point of view is beautiful. But yoga itself is actually a religious performance.
Yeah.
But yes, that is how to. And also, as I said, there is a lot of water, put your body as best as you can. So probably don't try to do it when you finish eating, because already your digestion, so your energy, they are there for the digestion. So they are intro rather than extra.
Yes.
You need to be empty belly, relax, no stress, no argue with your boyfriend or with your son or whatever, no argue with the neighbor because you parked the car in front. Free, your mind free. You need to think positive thing to be beautiful, feel beautiful. Forget the mirror that tell you that you are tall, small, fat. You are you. The beautiful being that you are. And when you find the love to yourself, the pineal gland is happy and it starts working. If you are angry,
isn't it? Yeah. And I think everybody's birthright is to live their best life. And I think that happiness is there for all of us, but it's inside us. And so in order to live a better life, because I think the way we're living at the moment, society, it's so full of sadness and fear and negativity. How do you think practices like this can help people to, and I can't remember the word again that you're saying, but to open themselves up, to living a better life and to understanding that they don't need to live in fear all the time and negativity. And, so it's starting, isn't it, to change the way you live your life, and being aware of the pineal gland can be something, that starts that process. So why would they want to do these things?
But because imagine a line like yin and yang. I got a tattoo actually, yin and yang, which is a beautiful meaning. It's not all, is the balance. The balance. Yes. Imagine to be in the middle of the balance, and you can decide. When you were little, you were playing on the balance with your friend. Obviously, the balance, wherever it is heavy, it go down. So you got the chance to decide in which side you stay, which side to be. If you want to live of regret, of past experience, of disappointment, because our instinct in psychology, in philosophy, says that is the one to upset, to fight the thing for the sake of growing, to be the best performing. Genetically, we want to be all muscly. We want to be good mom, good father, all this, this is the nature process of our life. But beside this, we got our emotional and psychological power, which we are strong enough if we be anthropocentric. So forget a moment what the nature wants from us, which is beautiful. But nature is not perfect, otherwise something wouldn't happen. But give you the chance to decide. So you can decide, you accept and live a little bit what is the process of a normal person inside the society. But in your privacy, in your mind, you can decide to not get angry or pissed off whenever something stresses you. You can decide to forget something other than fight it. When your neighbor, they park the car, rather than wanted to kill it, like happened to me, go there and offer me a glass of wine. Like in the gospel, I'm not very religious. I'm extremely spiritual and mystical, but I'm not religious at all. And we can talk about religion an hour without despise religion, but actually I study a lot about it. But forget this. I mean, in the gospel, they said, give the other cheek, which is difficult to practice. It's easy to say.
Absolutely.
It's difficult to practice. Yep. So when you learn as much as train the pineal gland, you train to do changes, like changes in diet, changes in lifestyle. Simply, the mechanism is very simple. Let go. Like in the Buddhism, they do the mandala, which with the sand, colorful sand, they do tremendous, beautiful heart design. And when it's finished, they learn to let it go and they wipe it out. Instead, in our culture, in our culture, we tended to keep everything to be jealous, which is a lock, is a chain. The pineal gland doesn't want this. Me, I buy so many stupid rubbish things whenever I go. And when I lose it, doesn't matter. I will buy another one. Instead, I go friend. The glass. My father was one of them. The glass is broken for 3 hours. Desperate. We broke a glass. And go to the Chinese shop. £1, you buy another set. I mean, take it easy. Take it easy in life. And it's actually what our ancestors, they did. The word is just a change what the Industrial Revolution, the industrial era start is the beginning of the previous century. Because if you watch the history, the book of history, how the society was organized, how the school was organized, how the tradition and the culture It's nothing to do with what we got today. So when they start understanding that the electric, it was actually the big electromagnetism, it was the big power in the planet, very little bit cynically, some powerful people, they decide, Nikola Tesla, we know all the story of Nikola Tesla, which he could give the electric for free for everybody.
Yes.
They didn't want it.
No.
And Edison, instead, very cynically, he did the dirty to manage the electric, charge people. So from the moment that the electric is being used, because the electric was in the end of the Greek already, they knew about the electric. Everybody knew. All the Indian of America, all the shaman, they talk about electricity. Electromagnetism is life.
Yeah.
So life is, if we go down on quantum physics, we can talk about that. But the moment that we start commercializing electricity, then the world, it took the direction that we know today. Everything is based on the electric, pay the electric, or the devices, the electronic. Yes. So the answer to your question is being a little bit long. Sorry about that. But is yes, unlucky. I think personally we are a little bit slave of the society, but we still are free to decide to use the telephone as much as we want. Not they want.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I think listening to you and wrapping it all in a bow, what you've just talked about, I think you're touching on the more that we can connect with ourselves, because we do live in a society where we've got to get faster, we've got to do things quicker. So it's about slowing down. And when we slow down, we can connect with ourselves more as well. And I think also, I've just lost a train of thought there. I was on a roll then. And it just left. It left the premises.
Mercury retrograde.
It's Mercury retrograde, isn't it? What I was going to say then, I've lost my train of thought.
Don't worry. It'll come back. Go like that.
Yeah,
it comes back. It'll come back.
I'm just going to put it back in.
I'm just going to go and diversify, because I can't let you go without asking you about animals, because I adore them. Yes. I absolutely adore them. And I asked my little dog Dottie this morning if she gave me permission to heal, and she didn't reply. She just ignored me and turned her back on me. And I'm working on trying to connect with my animals and really connect with them. I mean, I do connect with them, but really feel them, and
we're just taking a short break, but I'm super excited to tell you that we have the Yawat Nawat tribe all the way from the Amazon rainforest is going to be right here at Shift Happens next week. So don't miss it. Also, please, can you let me know, how are we doing? Please, can you comment and let us know what you'd like to see more of? We really want to hear your thoughts.
Back to the show.
Back to the show. I always forget that bit.
I'm trying to hear them, because I know it's something that you do, isn't it, with the animals? And I'm very disappointed every time they ignore my questions. So tell me about the...
It's very simple. The explanation, the ethology, which is the science, the study, the behavior of the mammal. I study ethology for 20 years of my life, and I apply on horses. And beside the horses, on all the animal, with human as well, which that is the magic thing of understanding what's happening out there, because you got the answer. And yes, basically what's happening, we mentioned earlier the word biorhythm.
Yes.
The biorhythm is the circle of, example, in 1 year, the season is a biorhythm of the planet, is the 4 seasons. The biorhythm of our day, biorhythm of our hour, basically is the frequency, the difference from frequency and vibration. The vibration is up and down. The frequency is how many times in 1 second that vibration go.
Yeah.
The animal, all the mammal, all the reptile, but we are mammal, so obviously it's easy for us to connect with the mammal. They got very low frequencies. We go very high frequency. Example, when I used to train horses, because I was an horse whisperer, for the horse people, they say, horse whisperer is rubbish. No, horse whisperer is not the magical guy that is Robert Redford in American movie. Horse whispering is connecting with your horses, solve the problem. Talk horses, no Italian or English. Talk horses with a horse, because he's ready to talk to you if you talk horses. So if with your dog, you talk doggish, he will understand you. If you force him to speak English with your frequency.
Well, stop trying. I'm like, come on, dude, let me heal you.
And he said, what you want from me?
She wasn't impressed.
Yeah, because it's easy. We got with the imagination. You remember we were together when I said that word, imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine, the etymologic word is in me mago agere.
Yeah.
So leave the magic act in me. So imagine you to be a dog. Automatically, if you like it or not, your frequency they drop, because your brain, which is the computer, they give all the nerve, all the information to your eyes, to your feeling, all the senses. It make you feeling like you are a dog. So you automatically drop your frequency. If you have a device, electric device that you can buy online on Temu or Amazon, that I got one amazing that you talk with the plant.
Oh, I've heard about these.
I got one. It's amazing.
Yeah, I bet.
And there are devices that, like when you go on the gym, that you touch and they check your electricity.
Yeah.
In the moment that you imagine to be in danger, boom, it rise up. The moment that you imagine to be in bed with your love, it drop it, you calm or whatever, you feel good. The place that you love. When you do meditation, why you think that you are in the best place, imagine that you imagine, your imagination bring you there.
Yeah.
In the circumstances that make you nice and happy. So happiness, you need to be happy. If you talk with your dog that you are stressed or angry or in a rush, dog doesn't care. Animal, they don't care.
Yeah.
How do you know that the dog's frequency, you said that you have to lower your frequency to communicate with animals in general?
Yes.
So how do you know that their frequency is lower?
But because they don't have the pressure that we got. We go lower frequency as well, but we rise up because of our worry, our fear, as you mentioned earlier, what the society wants from you, always to be beautiful, always to buy in the supermarket. Always. So all this pressure, the word itself creates what is pressure. Inside your tire, you put air, compress, so the pressure is different compared outside. So if it was not the pressure inside the tire, the air inside the tire would be the same as outside. So that's the reason why the people in the tribe in Amazon or the Indian of America, you see always relax. Because they don't have the pressure. What rise up our frequency is the pressure. If we don't have that pressure, as I mentioned earlier, you go on the wood, you can do it in your imagination in your sofa. If you are able, training to forget your husband, to forget your kids, your dog barking, your neighbor, whatever. If you train, automatically you drop what the nature wants you to be in that moment. And it's based on what you've been eating, how tired you are. In the morning, we got some frequency. In the night, because the day is being hard, based on what we've been eating, what we've been doing, the frequencies are different. So the pressure is different. It's the reason why we get tired. And the sleep is made on purpose for us to, every day, we born and we die. When they say we die once in life, it's wrong.
Yeah.
You die every day. The feeling of going is exactly dying.
Yeah.
And you born, but rather than born, baby, you born with the experience and the memory of yesterday.
Yeah.
So every day you born and you die.
Yeah.
And you born in the morning with an amazing frequency. Unless you've been sleeping bad because you've been eating beans the night before, so all night you fart, your belly. But if you had a good night, you wake up nicer.
Do you know, I've learned something which I didn't know. And that is, I'm always thinking I need to increase my frequency. But actually, I didn't realize that your vibration and your frequency were two different things. So your frequency is something that you want lower, because obviously this is what you're saying, that it represents calm and it represents relaxation. But what we want to increase is our vibration. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
More than you said the right thing, but let's clarify. Rather than increase, I would say to clear. Because not all the vibration, they are the same.
Yeah.
The vibration, they could be like the color of every single color. Example, if you think something beautiful, when you kiss your deer, your vibration are beautiful, positive. And if you could see the color, they will be one of the color inside the spectrum of the rainbow. But when you are angry, you argue with anybody or you're stressed, your vibration is still vibration, but they are darker, they are bad. And these, I can mention now a very interesting thing, which you can watch in YouTube. Is a scientist, Japanese scientist called Masaru Emoto.
Oh, yes.
You know him.
Yes, absolutely.
So the vibration.
Water and the vibration.
The water, which is the blood of the earth, how beautifully working.
Yeah.
And exactly the same vibration. It works exactly like in the water. If I shake your hand and I'm nasty, I'm bad, I'm thinking bad thing, I'm passing you bad thing.
Yeah.
And automatically, as yin and yang, there is a change. Life is a balance. If you put the water somewhere in a U, it will balance automatically. So life is balance. The quantum physics that you mentioned earlier sound to be difficult, which instead is very simple, is nothing else than the balance of the electron.
Yeah.
You know, in a quantum dimension, very small. We can talk this about next time if you want.
Yeah.
This is how we work. Create a balance in life. That's the meaning one. Some antique culture, they created yin and yang or some other symbolism. So create balance. So yes, the vibration, you have to rise the vibration, but the beautiful one.
Yes.
In terms.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've got horses, so I can relate to what you're saying. Because when I used to ride my pony, because I don't ride him anymore, if I had a really challenging day at work, I guess my frequency was high. And when I would tack him up to go for a ride, he would get down on the floor because he refused for me to get on his back because I hadn't grounded my energy. And I found that he wanted to be in my energy if I grounded my frequency, and then he would connect with me.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
In that case, the horses being prey, because the mammal, they divided in prey and predator. So they got two different words, two different fields, two different way how to live. One, he need to defend himself. The other one, he need to, example, when two prey, they fight, they don't kill each other. I hurt the other prey, so if the lion arrive, he hit him. Instead, the lion want to kill the other lion because he want him to have the supremacy on the prey. So different code of communication. For your horse, in that case, is because your frequency, they put him in alert, in danger. Because being high frequency for them, it means there is the predator around, there is something danger. It could be a predator, it could be a situation of stress, or it could be violence. When you are angry, you go there, like the dog, your dog.
Yeah.
Feel you. If you go there with love, your dog is more cuddling. Sometimes you arrive home stressed, and your dog ignore you, and you think, why are you not coming? Normally come. Normally, when you open the door, your dog should come, happy.
Yeah.
Sometimes doesn't.
Yeah.
Notice, and when he's not doing it, it's because you are angry. You are pissed. Or even another thing is then when women got the period, not only they cannot do the mayonnaise or below the cream, but they got by nature different frequencies.
Yeah.
So all the animal they feel.
Hang on, I just lost you when you said mayonnaise.
I know. So I was thinking, where's the mayonnaise going?
No, try to do the mayonnaise. You know, the whip the mayonnaise.
Yeah, but what?
If you got the period, there's no chance that it come up. Try when you got the period. When we don't, when you don't have the period, intense
Really?
Oh yes.
What, because of the frequency,
vibration.
the vibration? I need to get my head around vibration frequency.
The vibration.
Because I've been thinking
is
in the wrong
movement,
language.
The vibration is the movement up and down, which it could be 1 time or 10 times or 100 times. The frequencies is nothing else the amount of of vibration in 1 second.
Yeah.
And it's calculated in megahertz, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So but it's nothing else that we always talk of vibration. The frequencies is simply talking about the amount. Example, when you talk about weight doesn't exist.
Yeah.
We don't weight nothing. Is magical. It's weird when you go in quantum physics and you learn that the weight in different, you heard it in the moon, you are lighter. In the Pole North, because the magnetic field is different than the Pole South. In the equator is your right weight, which for weight, we don't mean how heavy you are, but how much the gravity pull you.
Yes. Yeah.
So in the Pole North, you are, in this moment, if you can fly, you are at least 2 kilo, which is 4 pounds, lighter than the Pole South, because the magnetic field. In the equator, it will be perfectly your weight. So, you know, that magnetism, how it works. It is
and this is the whole world, the whole universe. It's just frequency, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's just, so what is it when you're with somebody, and everybody will be able to relate to this, that some people, it just makes you feel uncomfortable.
Of course.
And it's very difficult to be in around that person. And sometimes you don't know why, you just get a feeling, and that's a mismatch of vibrations, frequencies?
Is the vibration that they release, basically
Yeah.
not only because they are nasty people. Example, my father, he was my icona. I love my
Yeah.
father with all my heart, but he had the cancer one after the other for 17 years in and out of the hospital. And he tried to be a good man. But this vibration, they were very negative because the cancer inside
Yes.
himself.
Yeah.
That's the reason why when you go to find some friend that is in the hospital, you come out, you go headache, you feel weird.
Yeah.
And when you go instead in Lourdes or where the people go to pray, there is the miracle. It's not the God make the miracle. Is that the amount of people that release that positive energy, that actually is full of positive energy. And the actual miracle happened because the power that there is there of
Yeah.
1,000 people positive, you breathe that energy, you feel something magical. And if you go in the funeral, you feel rubbish, you feel shit. Even if it's not your dear, you see, a car, automatically you feel,
You do,
because
don't you?
it's that
Yeah,
vibration, it's
it's
the
right.
color of the vibration.
And we're navigating our lives, responding, reacting to frequency. So many people not even realizing that.
They disconnect.
Yes. Kerry sent me this amazing YouTube video about the what's the guy's name? I can't remember his name.
Graham. I can't remember
He's
his
a
name.
physicist, and
Yeah.
he is saying that the Earth awakening and the Earth's vibration changing and increasing is reality. It is happening because more people are, I hate this terminology, but I don't know what else to say, waking up. More people are connecting and therefore living a more positive life, which is hard to believe in the chaos that's out there at the minute. But that chaos is necessary, I believe. Yeah, exactly.
It's the balance.
Everything is born from
As
chaos.
much as you push
good
from one
things.
side, it come back to the other.
And it's coming back. And it's so good. I've gone goosey
And the
saying
science
that.
is backing it
Yeah,
up as
it's
well.
so
So it's not
good.
all woo-woo.
No.
Oh, no,
And it
it's-
was,
No.
for a physicist who to say that this is our reality. This is happening. The Earth is changing.
Obviously.
Because of that, I find that really hopeful. It's really exciting for me.
They say in a lot of ancient culture, they talk about the circle of life, which is not only the apple be a flower, then a seed, then a apple, back a seed, back a flower, but is also in the planet itself. As you know, you've been watching from your Walt Disney or whoever it is, New Age, Ice Age, all these things. The planet itself, it had several circle of heat and warm. And so automatically, heat, hot, and cold is nothing else than a reaction of vibration.
Yeah.
So if it's the planet going one direction, like it or not, we simply are on a surface. And if you watch in a big scale, how small we are in a speck in the nothing, and we are not inside. We feel protected, like now we are inside four wall, but actually we are outside on the zest.
Yeah.
So we are vulnerable extremely to whatever the planet decide to do.
Absolutely.
So this is magical. So when Mom, like the movie Avatar, amazing the message that there is behind A1.
Yeah, incredible. I see you.
Yeah.
Not the American story of the American go on the other planet,
Yeah.
but it's actually the message to be in connection with nature. This is what the reality. I was emotional when I saw it because it's the story of my life. With my horses, people, my father included, he always told me, Giovanni, how you do it, how you feel. And for me, I was a little boy. I didn't know why.
No.
I didn't know how to explain. And I actually was thinking, why other people, they don't do this?
Yeah.
I was touching a horse and it's like if the horse was boom, give me a shock and I could feel everything. Like shaking the hand of people, and it's like if I knew the life of those people. To the stage that I almost question, am I normal or abnormal? What's going on in my mind? I think I was crazy.
Yeah.
But actually this is what is being my life. Old, regardless of what I did I did lorry driving, I did pizzeria, I did a lot of other things, I play music, I did a lot of things in my life. But the base of my briefing is waking up in the morning and connect as much as I can. And people think that I'm crazy. My girlfriend, she thinks that I'm crazy. Every morning I wake up doing something unpredictable. But now she knows me. She thinks, okay, it's colorful.
Do you know, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on here, but they'll cut it out if I'm not. I've started microdosing. And the effect that it had on me when I first started, I was sitting on the sofa one day And all of a sudden, I felt this pain, and it was from Mother Earth. I cannot, I can't explain it or describe it. And I started sobbing, and Craig came home and he was like, Bab, what's the matter? And I was like, I'm feeling the pain of Mother Earth. And I really felt it. I can't explain. And that connection with nature has just got stronger and stronger and stronger for me. I can't explain it. I couldn't start my day now without being outside.
Yes.
I just couldn't do it.
You remember when a few days ago we were together, all of us, doing with Sue the drum
The
session.
drummings, yeah.
The shaman, which, as I said, I'm not religious, but if I have to embrace one kind of religion, because it's not a religious, is definitely the shamanism, which is the connection with nature as much as possible.
Yeah.
The frequency, the vibration that he was there, and he recall you remember how intense I was playing to the stage that Sue asked me to be part of it, simply because I was giving the best of me for try to create that harmony, one word, harmony.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what the African, they do when they dance, beating on the wood. We think they are monkey. Yes, they look like, but it's actually they create that connection that you felt in good and in bad. And you know what is the magic? Is that once that you know how to use your pineal gland, you can reject the negativity or you can attract the positivity rather than be victim of that negativity or enjoy the positivity. So not to be like a flag in the wind, but you decide in the direction. So you see, we go back to the pineal gland or the use of the pineal gland, which allow you to do what you want. Imagination. In me, mago agere. Imagine.
Gio, what's your legacy? What do you want to be remembered? Obviously, you're not going to be going anytime soon, but what's your legacy? What do you want to be remembered for?
But, as I mentioned, I had a tremendous bad life with incredible bad experience, which I like those experiences because they teach me to appreciate much more. Yeah. And what I would like to be remembered of, one of the person, not people cry, but people be happy on my funeral. And I ask my dear, when I will die, to play Stand By Me, which is the song that I always play with the piano or the guitar. Is my favorite, is the soundtrack of my life. Because I'm trying to give the best, taking care, be honest, live the life in the best possible. There's no need to be Julius Caesar or Napoleon to do big thing for who? No. Do for yourself, and you are one of the most that make the world better. We can decide, as we said earlier, the message of today for me, to you, to everybody, for all the people that they watch it from home, is decide. Please take the decision of be. Don't be like a flag. Don't let affecting the outside bit, slap in the face to affect you. The other, turn around, Yeah. When I do the talk, sometimes I do workshop with different group. I did it several times. I always start saying, please, whatever I say, don't believe one word. Don't believe one word. I'm begging you, but I'm begging you to understand, not to believe. There is nothing to believe. Otherwise, you are anthropocentric position. You judge me. Which instead, don't believe. Understand what I'm telling you and make it your.
Yes, so do I. I'm
going to
make
powerful.
that mine now.
That's really powerful.
Yeah. There's no need to believe. They need to understand. The key, I wrote
I
here
really feel that in my heart.
So do I. Yeah, so if I start a workshop with that, don't go, she nicked that off Gio.
Wow. Well, that's really powerful words of wisdom.
Yeah,
once that you really understand, you got the key of everything. You got the key of let everything like.
And when we understand, that's what then evokes change.
Sorry?
It evokes change in people. When we start understanding, that's when the change begins.
Exactly. And you feel it. Because you feel people like you too in this moment. It's not because now I want to play the violin, but actually, as you said in the beginning, you feel the atmosphere, the one word, like in music, the string play if there is harmony.
Yes.
Siddhartha, the Buddha, he had the awakening when he was there doing asceta, drinking only the rain, the poor, the bird, all this meditation exaggerated. Instead, on the river, it was a boat with a teacher of guitar. He was teaching a girl to play guitar. And in that moment, while he was in his meditation, ascetic, he heard the teacher saying, the string of the guitar, if you don't pull, doesn't sound. If you pull too much, break. So there is a point where there is harmony. So that string has been designed to release a certain vibration, and the harmony that the sound is amazing. So there is only question of harmony. Once that you can harmonize all your senses, going over the anthropocentrism, so imagine your eyes watching more than what you can see, and you can do it. Trust me, it's not magic. Sometimes if you watch the sunset, or the dawn when it comes, you see the color of the rainbow. Have you ever heard this? No, because nobody never talked about it. I've been the first. I was talking with my girlfriend Karen about this. We discovered together. That you talk about the spectrum of the color, the rainbow, or red, from red to purple, which are the 7 colors, which are much more. But the 7 colors that are notorious to be the 7 colors of our spectrum. If you notice, when there is the sunset, you see from red going up, orange, yellow, turquoise, blue, and that. So you got the color of the rainbow in the sunset, not only on the rainbow when it's rain.
Yeah.
So it's question to see, to watch, to listen more, to smell. And with your pineal gland train, obviously you open to all the discipline possible. So whoever you have a guest here talking about beautiful, amazing, interesting discipline, but they are like a ball on the Christmas tree. The point is the Christmas, the tree itself.
Yes.
Then you can decorate it with what you want.
Absolutely.
So your life, it does not need to be the ball, the beautiful ball, but it need to be the tree where you put the ball that you decide to. So decorate your own Christmas tree in the way that you like.
That's a
This is the
beautiful
message
way
that I launched today.
Gio, what an absolute pleasure to talk to you. I could keep talking to you forever. We need a few more slots because quantum physics needs to come on there.
Oh, I can come with.
Dimensions.
Oh,
Let's go off to dimensions.
We can talk a lot of topics.
Yeah. So, wow. Thank you so much for coming and
Thank
talking.
you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
To us today. It's been
this has been
very interesting.
The introduction of my book. My book, not because a book that I wrote, but imagine me to be a book.
Yeah.
Because, there is the cover and you imagine how it could be based on the cover. But when you open the book, it's like when I open my arm, I open my book. This is my book. It's me. I am the book.
You are the book.
When you open, now read inside.
Wow. Thanks,
Thanks
Gio.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for watching today's episode with the fabulous Gio. Before you decide to click off, I just want you to take a pause and think about where you need to connect with yourself and perhaps get out in nature a little bit more. If you enjoyed Gio's session, please comment below and don't forget to subscribe to Shift Happens.